Take a seat here. Face this way. I don't like face down. Boil it. This guy, Iowa guy over there. Look, I made one joke about Iowa. Now he's taking off his shoes and going home. It's crazy. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Tom Brand's a great guy. All right, guys. I need a volunteer, and the volunteer has to be okay.
Most of smacks me all the time, so I'm okay with it.
I'm gonna go with him today.
No.
Trust me. I gave you the first shot. Okay, guys. So today we have technique, right? The goal of technique is to learn a new outlet for the sport. Even when I leave, John leaves, Dan Gable leaves, you get to remember some of the things that we taught you, right? And the way that you do that is, did Johnny tell you about breakfast in the morning? Oh, I'm going to tell you. Who here likes breakfast in the morning? Who here eats toast or bread with their breakfast? Sometimes? Do you ever get a piece of bread stuck in the toaster? Never? Who here has gotten a little piece stuck? And why don't you tell everyone here what you use to get it out? Oh, that's work. Does anyone know why that's really stupid?
Because you can get electrocuted.
You will get electrocuted, 100%. But you may notice he's still standing here. And guess why that is? Not luck. He has to do one thing before you. You gotta unplug the toaster.
I use a knife float.
It's the same thing. Doesn't matter what you use. If it is metal, you will die. And the reason that you don't die is because you have to take the plug, take it out of the outlet. What do we call it?
I'm going to stick it all the way down.
It's called
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't unplug
You
it.
stuck it? Oh, you're very lucky. Because you 100% should be electrocuted by now. So, one thing I gotta say, guys, like to have fun, but we have to keep it rolling and keep it going. That's called a small detail that makes a what? Big difference. Every wrestling move, technique, style has that. And whether you remember any of the moves that I taught, or Johnny taught, or Dan Gable taught, no matter what happens, you can always keep this with you in your back pocket. What's the unplug the toaster detail of any move? Right? If I'm learning an underhook from Bridge Lovett, make sure you ask him, hey, what's the little detail that matters here? He may not even know until you ask him. He'll go, oh, I'm glad you asked that. You see, I like to take my pinky and I turn it down. That's a small detail. And then all of a sudden, this guy's like, that hurts a lot. So every move set up has it. And the reason that it's important to emphasize is because you guys are going to get clinic amnesia syndrome. Very, very detrimental. I've seen it happen across the country. That's when you learn a move or 1,000 moves all summer long, you go to camp, and what happens the first match of the season? I forgot all the moves. And then your parents go, what? I said it again. And you're like, oh, right? We don't want that to happen. We want you guys to remember even broad strokes of it, and the way that that's possible to mitigate that is to show you guys the exact way that I learned it. Right? So today we're going to go over the 2-on-1. I don't know what they call this in Nebraska, but I was just in Minnesota and they call this a bald gopher. Bald. This is hairy. Bald. Right? I don't know why. In Nebraska, I don't know what they call this, but in New York, 2-on-1, Russian tie. And we're going to go over it today because it's a great move for everyone to learn. Boy, girl, young, old, slow, fast. And the way that I like to teach it is the exact way that I actually learned it. And to teach it to you that way, I have to take you back to when I was about 7. This is a messed up story. I actually feel really bad about this story because you'll see, I was not innocent in this story. Who here wrestled when they were 7 or 8? Anyone? You? How much you weigh?
120.
Little fatty. There's no way you weighed 120.
Well, no, not that many.
Yeah. And when you were 7, how much did you weigh? Still a little fat. I'm just kidding. So, he weighed 50, 60 pounds, right? That's like, normal size, I guess. I wrestled with a kid who wasn't 60, he wasn't 70, he wasn't 80, he wasn't 90. He was 7 years old, about 8, and he was 100 pounds. Double zeros and not in a good way. He was more horizontal than vertical.
Is he 6 feet horizontal?
Oh, he was just this big. Horizontal, hasty, because he couldn't get out in the sun, and he had a problem with his ankle and his foot, so he couldn't really run. So he waddled, and he had, the sleep apnea, so he wheezed. And we called him the Penguin. Very messed up. See, you guys got cool nicknames.
Were you
We
that
bullied.
kid?
No, I bullied. So,
As you should.
so he was the Penguin, and you could hear him coming from down the street. Because when he walked, he wheezed. So they'd be like, oh, I think the Penguin's coming. And all you would hear in the distance was, and this kid had no business wrestling. I felt really bad. Why? Because nobody in the state of New York weighed the same as him. So he had to wrestle bigger and older kids. Kids who looked like they had a kid. And they used to abuse the Penguin. Penguin would go out there all happy. And these guys would come out like, what's so funny? And just make up moves. They would throw him across the mat and would like poke him in the eye, and nobody felt bad for him. I even remember watching the Penguin wrestle, and he got duck undered by this one kid, duck undered, and the Penguin was like, rough as on my throat. And I swear I heard the ref go, I don't care, Daddy. And then the kid picks up the Penguin and choke slams him on the mat. The Penguin made a noise I will never forget. It was like this. Oh! Gets out, runs out of the gym, crying, just. It's really messed up. And the worst part about the story, actually not the worst part, it was a very interesting part, is his dad used to come to all the matches, but like in disguise. So he'd be wrestling, you'd look in the corner, there'd be a guy like this, so hiding. He would be dressed as like a janitor or the hot dog guy, and we all knew that was his dad, and he was ashamed of the Penguin. So he never wanted to coach him. The kid went out there all by himself. Very sad story. But then, the week after the choke slam incident of 1999, we're all waiting at practice. He pulls up, just like me and Johnny did today, gets out of the car, and you could hear him. He had a bell around his neck, except it was. And he came right in, walked right up to us, and we knew there was a problem brewing. And he goes, you don't even know what's about to happen. His dad comes in. He goes, hey, Dad! His dad's like, yeah, son, what's up? And he goes, I got something to say to you in front of all my friends. And his dad's like, okay, what is it? And he goes, I hate wrestling. I'm gonna quit. This sucks. And his dad, before gaslighting was a thing, gaslit him. Made him believe he was crazy. Son, what happened? You know I'm not at any of your matches. I don't know what's going on. He goes, oh, you don't know? Look at it. Pulls his shirt. He had the handprint on his throat. They choke slammed me. They told me I look like an ostrich. Like all this crazy stuff. And the dad denies it. His dad's like, oh my God, son, I had no idea this was happening to you. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, it'll never happen. And he goes, oh, yeah, you didn't know? He pulls out like a Polaroid Hello Kitty camera. Like a toy camera that like shouldn't actually be able to make photos. That wasn't the point of the thing. But it had some like pictures of his dad, and he goes, this you! He had the receipts. He's like, this is you! Look, hot dog guy, boom! Alligator salesman, boom! Policeman, I knew it was you! Confess! I've never seen this before. And his dad instantly confessed, and the Penguin said, why are you ashamed of me? And his dad actually had a really good point. His dad goes, ashamed of you? Son, I did that because I care about you. You come from a family of great wrestlers. I was a national champ. Your uncle was a national champ. And everybody says that you look like an Antarctica bird. I didn't want to put pressure on you to win when it doesn't matter. Do you remember your record from this year? No. And that was a few months ago. So I promise you, he said to him, no one's going to remember what you did here, or in a year, or even your entire middle school, high school career. It's what the next result that you chase now, and the process that corresponds with it. His dad is very wise. And he goes, goes, I never thought about it that way. I don't care. I don't want to win. I don't need to win, but help me defend myself. I can't keep doing this. So he goes, you know what, son? I've never known that you cared this deeply about wrestling and defending yourself. I'm going to help you. I'm so proud of you. You did such a good job. You know what? This is going to be okay. And that's when he just smacked.
Penguin?
Very good acting. Give him the Oscar. Good acting. Smacked him. And everyone, you could hear a pin drop in the room. Everyone was like, you ever been around your friend's house and they get smacked? You're just like, pretend you didn't see it. Penguin flips out. What are you doing? Why did you hit me? He's like, oh, I didn't need to. It was a gust of wind. You can understand. Smacked him again. Penguin gets up. Dad, what are you doing? You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. We're behind him like this. He's like, oh, you want to be good at wrestling? I'm so sorry. I keep mishearing you. Smacked him a third, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth time. Probably shaved off 10 IQ points. Kid forgot his own name after this, right? And then, I wish. And then, finally, someone smacks you even one time. What do you want to do right now? You want to smack her back. But I know what you guys are saying. Can't smack your dad. Well, can you? You're going to tell me none of you went back to your room after fake crying? You're like, oh, I'm so sorry, Dad. You close the door? Oh, I'm so sorry. You go to the pillow, you're like, what I would do, I would put you in the bed. Well, guess what? His dad goes, oh, you want to smack me? Oh, you want to smack me, little penguin? I want you to do it. And the penguin, with zero hesitation, he did not say, are you sure I should smack you? No. He wound up like he was going to throw a shot put in the Olympics. He was like, stay right there, I've been waiting for this. Ooh, reaches his arm, lines it up on his shoulder. He's like, wrapping his leg around, it's like a new technique, testing the wind, and he just, oh my God, dude, I hate you so much. Yeah, all those times you were hiding in the corner, watch this. And he just whipped his hips and just, whoa! Oh, his fat little sausage fingers flying through the air, and I'm just behind this whole thing like this, enjoying it, and he smacked. Come here. I'm not going to do this too hard. Smacked the soul out of his dad. A 7-year-old made a 45-year-old grown wrestling man fall to his knee. And he was looking down like this, and I was like, oh, he's in trouble now. And this was the dad's face after. Look, he was like this. Smile. This is the first time in my life I saw this coach ever smile. Ever. Why? Because in that moment, he knew this kid had potential. Craziest thing I've ever seen. And then for the rest of practice, and every day that week, you looked in the corner, and this is what the dad and the son were doing, I swear. You get one sign. Not the other. Oh! Give me a little hard cry. Oh! Oh, God. And this is what they were doing in the corner. You could be drilling your high crotch. You would look in the corner, and this is them. Ready? Oh! I was like this. What is going on? They did it every day until Saturday. And guess who the Penguin had first match?
The guy who chose something.
And the Penguin, he walked out there different. They called him to the match. Hey, I'm number 4. He comes out, he's like, what's up, man? Remember me? Good luck in the match. Psych! I hate you. It's on. And this is, I swear, this is how the match went. I saw this match in person and on film. So I had 2 different views. They shook hands, and this is exactly what happened. Ready? Someone say go. Go. You don't even know what's about to happen to you. And he just, whoo, boom. Can you guys imagine? He knocked his 45-year-old dad down to one knee. Imagine what he did to some 10-year-old kid. This kid was on his back, out cold, sprawled out, The penguin's like, to his dad's like, whole crowd went crazy. They were like, oh my God, you're gonna leave. Right, they were so angry at him. And then, they were so angry at him, he was knocked out cold. The penguin goes back down. He sees what he did, obviously, and he's like, oh my God. Runs over to check on the kid. He's like, oh my God. And when he was down here, the kid barely opened his eyes, and the penguin just, boom! Fatality. Penguin got suspended for youth wrestling for a whole month after that. Kid deserved it. So I'm not exaggerating. Before this and for the month after it, we learned this exactly the same way that you're about to learn. You're going to come up, you're going to walk up to your partner and smack the living. No, please don't do that. Right? I do not want to bring you guys back in and I'm like, oh, hey, where's your partner? And Slim Shady is in the corner like this, knocked out. Okay? Can't do that. So we're here, right? Lead leg forward. Good fundamentals. And I smack this guy with my opposite hand. Give him a smack. Right? Partner, when you get smacked on the opposite side, you're gonna smack me back. Once your partner hits you back, that's when you gotta become a watch thief, thanks to Pac-Man. Is his watch on his bicep?
No.
Forearm? Where's his watch? His wrist. So I Pac-Man my hand here, and I become a watch thief. I grab his wrist. Notice this here, guys. When I steal his watch, you don't want to steal a broken watch. So when you peel it off, because look, I'm going to peel it off and over, I need to make sure that this watch works. Wrist to the ceiling. Oh, that works. I hear it ticking, right? If it's facing the other way, no good. I want the wrist facing to the ceiling, and then, once I bring it to the ceiling, I can bring in my other arm and cup his bicep. I don't like to grab, right? Too tight, I'm too stiff. I like to cup it and wrestle from here, right? Once I'm here, I want you guys to make him dance. You're going to think about making this guy dance, right? And the way I make him dance is either clockwise, counterclockwise, or up and down. Does anyone know why I want to move him like a clock? I'd be very impressed, because actually college kids don't get this answer. That's part of it. That's part of it. One step earlier. You can get your leg forward, but you want to get his leg forward. And based off the direction, those are the different types of attacks. So watch here. If I go counterclockwise, if I turn my clock back, watch which leg steps forward. Counterclockwise. You see that? Can I go cross leg attack now? No. Right? If I make him step that way, that's my near leg stuff. That's dump, that's snatch single, that's pick, that's drag chase. But if I go the other way, right? If I go to the other, now can I hit the near leg stuff? No. I want to go cross pick, cross step, headlock, sladle, and then wheelchair move. But I want you guys to 2-on-1 and make them dance. So it should look like this, right? And if you want to have fun with it, be my guest. You know, you want to sag your pants a little, turn your hat, you're like, yo, what'd you say about my dog on TikTok? Oh, yo, what'd you say about my dairy farm cow? Boom! I don't care. But make sure you're following the recipe. Because if you don't get this part, we can't do more advanced moves. So when I'm here, it's a smack. He smacks me back. I steal his watch with Pac-Man. This is Italian Pac-Man. We don't want that. We want American Pac-Man. Wrist and steal. Then my other arm comes in, and I'm just going to move him here and see which feels more natural. Do I want to move him this way? Do I want to move him that way? Up, down. Maybe I reach in and see where I kind of like to get my hands here. Maybe boom, 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 and you're playing around in the position. Whoa, that was nice. But then I'm going to splay. Any questions about that? No, we're just getting to our 2-on-1 and moving them. So once you're here, move them for like 5, 10 seconds, left, right. Feel what it's like to move in this position, like a clock. Do we cross our feet? No. Solid, fun, Mendes. I do not want to bring it back in and he has a 5-star on his face. Playing around, but give him a little slap. Ready? 1, 2.